Good afternoon, guys. Today will be very interesting for those who have nowhere to charge their purely electric cars so far. They have to drive on fuel. Recently, BYD has finally launched its top-of-the-line latest Level 3 hybrid engine. And by the looks of it, it's revolutionizing the fuel-efficient car world. Today's review is of the new BYD Chin L sedan. The sedan in front of you is priced from $14,000 to $19,000 depending on equipment. BYD claims that on one tank of 65 liters, it is able to drive 2,100 kilometers. As you realize, these are crazy numbers, and today we will check it out. The total output of the entire hybrid engine is 320 horsepower with an acceleration of 7.5 seconds to 100. So look, they gave us a car for 3 hours. We checked the consumption by the method of filling up the tank, and we didn't get 2 and 9. We got 3 and 7. I didn't do any sudden starts at stoplights. I wasn't on the highway. I was driving in the city, but I was overtaking the traffic in my own way. I mean, I was pushing it without any sudden starts. Once again, from a stoplight, there will be more if you compete who starts faster. But I drove accelerated, slightly, not strongly, slightly overtaking the flow. It seems to me that if you're just driving like a cab driver mode, it's going to be 3 and 3, 3 and 4. 2 and 9 is not going to happen. They're doing it again. A CLTC that supposedly goes 40 kilometers per hour without pressing the pedal, with a driver weighing 50 kilograms. I have the climate control on, by the way. It's 33 degrees today, so there you go. Now pay attention. The car is worth $19,000. I'll get out of traffic and show you. In most countries, people have mostly seen nothing else but Chery and Geely and other cheap Chinese cars. BYD costs more than Chery and Geely, but BYD's sales for the 24th year, for 5 months of the 24th year, are 5 times more than Chery's and 3 times more than Geely's. That speaks to the crazy difference in driving experience. By the way, in the comments under last week's BYD C-Line review, some people asked why I mentioned the BYD's great mileage but didn't show it. Each of you can go to the Chinese server in TikTok, and there's already a lot of content where cab drivers show their mileage. One glass, 1,770 kilograms curb weight. The fake leather here is the average. This is the plastic part, with a pattern like this. This is a nicer fake leather Napa technology. This is plastic, 8 speakers. Good build of the car. Locking, window control, central locking, and mirror control. This is fake leather. There's fake leather on the top here, and then there's plastic. Mechanical height and reach adjustment. Long seat cushion. I'm down to the bottom, 187 centimeters tall. I can reach the steering wheel 3 fingers in front of my knee. A man taller than me could fit in here too. It's just a regular fabric, but it's softer than I have in my Lixiang. I see. The glasses case, the inside is covered in fabric. Touch buttons, there's a sunroof, the touch button. And there's a sunshade over the whole sunroof. So, look, the whole center section and the whole center section here, it's Napa technology fake leather. The sides are regular fake leather, the average quality. The headrest is also regular fake leather. The front is ventilated, heated, nothing in the back. We won't discuss design. As usual, it's to taste. Let's check for squeaks. There's a little bit. It's kinda not here. There was a little bit. It's okay on top, this part. Yeah, I was sure it was gonna squeak. But over here, it's the same here as it is here. Well, give it a B-, yeah. It's plastic, it's matte, good decision. And as you can see, lots of buttons. Emergency button, hybrid control modes, driving modes. Volume, start, stop button. The selector is again in the form of a crystal, with some pretty cool patterns on the inside. All buttons are well pressed. 2 cup holders. 2 places for wireless phone charging, air. Pretty wide armrest. The inside is not covered with anything and there is nothing inside. There's a character here that reads Chin, and that's the name of the great dynasty of China. All the buttons are mechanical. The buttons press well. The plastic here is matte. As you can see, the steering wheel is covered in fake leather. The center screen is 12 inches by default, but you can get 15 if you want to pay extra. Everything works very quickly. The picture is average, nothing special. Slightly better than other cheap Chinese cars like Chery and Geely. It is good that there is English language and you can install any applications. Let's take a look at the front camera. Well, it's just so average. I thought it would be worse. Here, as in all BYD, you can shoot video, take photos, they are stored in the memory. So, the most common home Android, as on Android tablets, some kind of wallets. Let's see how the map works. It's fine. We swipe from top to bottom, we get into hot button menu. I don't know. Honestly, they should get away from that. I've said before, they should make it turn toward the driver's side. I think they'll come to that. Look, they've started to do better noise insulation. They've started to make the seat cushion longer. That's what I noticed with the BYD. They'll definitely come to that too. Well, let's take another look at the rear camera. It's also average. That's how we switch cameras from all sides. Let's give it a spin in the 3D. As you can see, it's not slowing down. That's good. There you go. $19,000 for a tablet that doesn't slow down. There's no head-up display, and the driver's dashboard has the exact same resolution as the center screen. The sofa, like in the BYD Seal. I mean, you're practically sitting like in the BYD Han, there's just less room in front of your knee. Call a cab and this car would arrive, I'd be traveling a long way. I like the slope of the backrest. It's not adjustable, but it's straight up comfortable. I'd drive a long way. It's simple here. 1.5 fists in front of my knee, 3 fingers above my head. I'm comfortable here. The back seats are covered in fake leather. It's just regular fake leather, nothing special. Air and charging ports. I've got a hook here, and there's a sensor light. The rear door card is of exactly the same material as the front. The base wheels are 17, 225 by 55, but you can get 18 wheels, 225 by 55. Let's get in the trunk. 550 liters. In the back, it's as simple as possible. Charging, I see, comes with it. Organizer. You have to use your hand to close it. No button. There's charging ports on the back right. 16 kilowatt-hour battery, BYD's own manufacture. On the back left, the tank is 65 liters. It's more fun to drive than the Corolla, Jetta, and Civic, and a lot nicer than the Geely and Chery sedans. Let me explain why. First of all, it's quieter than all of them. Secondly, it runs on fuel, but it has electric acceleration, so you have all the torque at once. You don't wait for the whirring engine to build up revs. You blast off straight away from any speed without any delay or gearbox jerk. And the third thing, unlike its rivals, it has a recuperation mode. That means you can drive on one pedal. Braking force in this mode is the most average. Next, it's comfortable to sit in. Soft backrest, long seat cushion, knee space. I feel like I'm in an E-Class sedan, not a D-Class. McPherson suspension, like everyone else in this price segment. Among the Corolla Jetta and Civic, it feels the most like the Jetta. That is, a nice, firm, moderately comfortable suspension with slightly above average handling, as for this class. The Corolla will be a little softer, but it's also more wobbly. Chery and Geely, specifically in the sensations of the suspension, has not yet caught up with neither the Japanese nor the Volkswagen. Well, and in principle, everything that I feel completely converges with the difference in the sale. Next, acceleration is 7.5 seconds to 100. It's not very fast, but the price, and with such a hybrid engine, with soundproof, I think it's a leap over the head again. About the hybrid engine. If you go out on a weekend, your 16 kilowatt-hour battery will be able to power an electric appliance for a while. Okay, what other goodies do they give you for the money? Adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, traffic sign recognition. The car knows when to turn on high beam, when to turn on low beam, automatic emergency braking. What else is there? Blind spot monitoring, front and rear collision warning. Well, that's basically the standard kit for all BYD cars. All the electronics, batteries, and motors are under a lifetime warranty for the first owner. Everything else is 6 years or 150,000 kilometers. What am I missing here? I'm missing a head-up display. I realize the price is already too low, but here's if I could pay $500 extra, I sure would. The head-up display is a head-up display. Next, in the rear, in the backs of the front seats, I believe that all cars, regardless of class, should now have tablet mounts. I am sure that there are families who would be happy to add tablets or one tablet for rear passengers, and that goes for any kind of car. I also think it is very important for rear passengers to have heating. I think it's a must-have. Okay, friends, that's all for now. Thank you for your attention. Thank you all for watching the video to the end. If you liked it, give it a bold like. Subscribe to the channel. I'll say goodbye. Take care. Get some exercise. See you all again.